So is this a thing now where adults are sticking up or contacting kids on social media if there is tension in the family?
So my best friend told me this story, and she gave me credence to share it on air because they live in North Carolina and they don't listen. Or the person that this is about doesn't listen. So she has a 13-year-old daughter, and her 13-year-old daughter was in a recent relationship. And, it's like kind of like puppy love stuff, like middle school, whatever. And the two of them broke up. And as with that age, breakups happen.
Right.
I remember Matt Jones asking me to go out with him one day at the lockers, and then literally the very next period we were broken up.
That's
it?
it?
It just happens.
Whoa.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Like within the same day. It was really odd. And you remember that name, Matt Jones. Like I remember Matt Jones asking, "Hey, you want to go out?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then by the end of the day, we were broken up.
Just so you know, he's been miserable ever since.
I do wonder what
You're the one that got away.
I got away in 8th grade. And so they had a really cute relationship. Her mom really liked the boy, and the families knew each other because of school and whatnot. But they decided to, kids are kids, and they broke up.
Sure.
So she was hanging out with some friends and posted a picture. And the picture had just like a group of kids together. And one of the boys in the picture is, I don't want to say enemies, but you know how you have cliques in school or whatever, not friends with her ex. And after this got posted on Instagram, the mom of the boyfriend reached out to her, when I say her, the 13-year-old, and said, "What are you doing hanging out with blank? I can't believe you would do this to," insert her ex-boyfriend's name. "What kind of person do you think you are?"
The adult said this?
Yes, the adult said this.
To a 13-year-old kid?
To a 13-year-old girl. The adult mom saw that picture on Instagram because all the parents follow everybody. And, even though the kids' accounts are private, when they were dating, everybody followed each other because that's how they monitor Instagram. And she posted this in her Insta stories, and the mom hit her up and was like, "How dare you hang out with this kid? I can't believe you would do this to him. Who do you think you are?"
So was the kid screwing around with the...
No, it was just a photo of all of them hanging out together because they were at the same birthday party. And so my friend, whose daughter this happened to, she said, my daughter had a thoughtful response and pretty much, squashed it. And the mom actually responded and apologized. I think she was just being like mama bear mode at that point in time, but didn't know if she should say anything because her daughter is begging her not to say anything and not to intervene, and that she has it under control, which is very sweet of a 13-year-old to say. But my friend, who is also a mama bear in her own right, wants to reach out to the mom and be like, "How dare you reach out to my child on social media?" One, and speak to her in that way. Number two.
This is the overprotective parent thing that we talk about so much, right? That you don't want your kids to be hurt in any way, shape, or form. So you intervene in places that you shouldn't. Under no circumstance, is there any circumstance where like an adult should reach out to a kid on social media like this?
Never. I mean, it's a beyond a bold and I think inappropriate move for her ex's mom to reach out to her and to hit her up. And so now my friend is in this place of, all right, I want to respect my daughter's wishes. And she read the Instagram, the DM exchange, and she was very proud of her daughter with how she handled it. And again, the mom hit her back and apologized and said that, she was just, she felt bad for her son and he was upset. Therefore, she got upset. And that's why she responded the way she did. But now my friend is like super close. She's like, I really don't know if I should reach out to this mom and say something or if I need to respect my daughter's wishes.
I think in this case here, you only make it worse if, I don't know, man. I just wouldn't want any adult like that reaching out to my kid directly. Like if you got a problem. I mean, if there's a real problem, this is a relationship problem, so it's not.
Mm-hmm.
No. It's so out of the box. It's so unusual that I think I would just let it go, I think.
You do not sound convinced
Yeah, at all.
with your
I'm
let it
just
go.
rolling through my head on exact.
You said the
know.
daughter had a response that was respectful.
It was a thoughtful response, and how she responded, handled the situation, so much so that the mom responded back and apologized and said that, I was just upset because my son was upset.
And that's huge to make a grown woman apologize to a kid. Like that is, it's like,
Right.
You should call Guinness.
Well,
because that's probably a world record. That's
I'll
never happened
just
before.
try to get into her head for a second. It might have just been this emotional knee-jerk reaction where she's
Had to have
watching
been.
her daughter like be all crushed, and the only thing she can do, she probably doesn't even have the kid's phone number, so the only thing that she can do is reach out on start searching and look out on social media. But under no circumstance.
No, that's too much. My mother would have been at that woman's front door, regardless of what wishes I had at that kid's age.
Yeah, even if you asked, please back off. Because I think since the daughter had like a respectful and like adult-like response to this woman, and it got her to rethink herself and apologize, like that's a testament to your parenting.
Heck yeah.
For
like
sure.
that she was able to handle it on her own, and this should be like one of the first instances where you're like, all right, you handled this on your own, good job, I'm gonna back off and
right.
wash my hands of this. And you don't need to get involved, because then that just don't be the overbearing helicopter parent. Like, don't let her, trust her.
Megan, we got about 30 seconds here. What do you got?
Dottie nailed it. As the mom of an 18-year-old girl, when my daughter ran into these scenarios, she would come to me, she would share with me, she would handle her stuff and let me know if she needed me to step in. But we're raising strong, independent women. That's how we do it.
Great call. Thank you for calling. Appreciate you.
The Bert Show.